We are back. It is Talking Racing now. It is NASCAR playoff time, and it gets started in Darlington. The Cookout 500 tonight, 6 p.m. on USA, of course, Motor Racing Network and Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. So tonight, it's time. Time for teams to deliver. Time for, well, talking is done now. It's the 16 top drivers. We are in the round of 16. The first race will be tonight in Darlington. Then next week it'll be in Kansas. And then the following Saturday after Kansas, it will be the Bristol night race. And you don't have any idea what somebody will do there to get into the round of 12 if they need some points, because there's going to be some bumping and banging going on in Bristol. I can tell you that right now. But tonight, the task at hand is, of course, Darlington. It is the Cookout 500. And if you saw the qualifying, you know that there was no Chevys in the top 10 the first time since the Southern 500 in 1982. The three Toyotas took 1, 2, and 3 with, of course, Bell, Hamlin, and Reddick. And then it was the Fords with Blaney, Keselowski. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the notes here. Keselowski, Logano, Harvick, Bushler, McDowell, and Almirola. Almirola being the only driver not in the playoffs in the top 10 of qualifying. And again, we'll see track position usually plays an important part, especially in Darlington. You heard Denny Hamlin's comments yesterday, how important it is to be up front. It's more important for now for teams to be able to, or for drivers to be able to relay, maybe some changes that need to be. It's hard to get that when you're in, he said, the dirty air. So again, very interesting to see where this goes. That was the top 10. You had Kyle Busch, who was a playoff driver, qualify 11th, but he's going to have to go to the rear. They had to replace the toe link, so he'll start from the rear. And the lowest playoff driver to qualify was 31st, Martin Truex Jr. So when you look at the playoff drivers, you've got, I'll go in order. This is the top 16. So you got William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Chris Bushler, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson. Those are all double points right now. So again, round of 16, unless something disastrous happens to one of those, they're in the top 6. I could see all of them easily moving on. But again, disaster strikes. One of them could easily be out as well. Then you have 7th is Christopher Bell. You have Ross Chastain at 8. 9th is Brad Keselowski. 10th, Tyler Reddick. 11th, Joey Logano. 12th is Ryan Blaney. And then, of course, the last 4 I'm calling them, which is 13 through 16, Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kevin Harvick, and Bubba Wallace. And now when you look at Darlington, you've got Denny Hamlin with 4 wins. You've got Harvick and Truex Jr. in the playoff picture, who also have multiple wins. And Kevin Harvick starting in the 7th position. I'm going to tell you now, he's my dark horse. You can look at my hat and tell who I'm going for. I'm going for Denny Hamlin. I want Denny Hamlin to win this, lock it up, move on into the round of 12. I don't want to be, and again, he's up right now. He's plus 18. So, again, disaster hits maybe. But other than that, he should move on to at least the round of 12. Again, to this year, not a lot of past years, you had guys that were already like 45, 50 points ahead. You knew they were going to make it at least until the round of, 12, 8, maybe even now. This one's a little bit closer because, again, one driver has a bad race, you could go from the top to looking out, depending on how the racing goes. So this week, my pick, my hope, Denny Hamlin starting in the 2nd position. He races well at Darlington. He is coming off, though, his worst finish in Darlington, the spring race. So hopefully he can fix that, change that around, and get to Victory Row tonight. Victory Lane in the Cookout 500 in Darlington tonight. But the dark horse for me, Kevin Harvick, man. Final year, why not make some ruckus? Why not win tonight? Why not propel yourself into the round of 12 with a victory at Darlington? He's going to be my dark horse. I know he's starting 7th, and you're like, oh, he's starting 7th. Way to pick a dark horse. but he has been running better the last, leading into the playoffs. He just had minor things that happened, bad timing maybe on wrecks and things like that. And he got caught up in one as well. So we'll have to see where this goes. But I know Harvick has been running better. And man, it's a feel-good story, dude. His last season, let's get him that win. And let's get him into the round of 12. But if Denny Hamlin's leading, let's let Harvick finish second. That's a good enough finish for me. So if this is Talking Racing Now, make sure you please subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be talking a little bit of NASCAR going into each race, and if big news breaks or anything like that. Also tonight, don't forget Ryan Newman is in this race as well, so he's racing here. And it was just announced Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be racing in the Homestead race at the Xfinity race in Homestead. So some things happening. We'll see what happens. Also tonight, it is, as I said, the Cookout 500. 6 p.m. on the USA Network, also on Motor Racing Network Radio and Sirius XM NASCAR. So go Hamlin, go Harvick. Let's have a good race, boys. And that is your Talking Racing Now playoff update, brought to you by me.